Hey, what's going on, guys? I think today's the day. I'm gonna drive it up to the gas station. I got insurance for this car. Um, I got insurance for this car maybe on Wednesday. Got plates for it maybe a month ago, and just kind of just been waiting to where I felt confident enough to where I could, go more than like 3 or 4 miles from the house. Um, so yeah, we'll put plates on it. The other thing is I kind of took a couple practice laps, I guess. Um, just just over here around the corner from the house, and I need to raise the back suspension up. Let's see if you can. I don't know if you can see. That's kind of where the where the normal outside of the original fender used to be, and then where the inner fender meets, and they were bonded together. I'll show you'll be able to see it a lot better once I get the tire off and I can get it. For now, I'm just gonna raise it up. I'm not gonna be happy with the way that it looks, but because I had to raise the front as well. Um, Really, kind of on camera, it's kind of hard to tell. It looks like a nice functional height though. Not a lot of wheel gap, but once I can get this harness, let's see. Once I can get this harness tucked and out of the way to where it's not dragging there, and I can kind of just move it, and I don't have to worry about it rubbing through that, then well then I'll put it back down where it gets to where it's kind of nice. This side you don't have to worry about. There's no harness, so but I'm not going to make it uneven. Obviously, it's don't want it dog legging down the road all jacked up. So yeah, I need to. I must have pulled this thing in crooked the last time I pulled it in. Um, so I need to try and get it moved over, and then I'll raise the back suspension up just so I can go and drive it. Like I said, I kind of want to just go and fill it up, get my hair cut, and just kind of just drive it like, just see how it does as far as just run a couple errands and cracking necks out there. So yeah, I'll get it. I'll get the tires off and then get it raised up, and then kind of show you more what I'm talking about and what my plan is to alleviate that to where I can get it down. Because this is the look that I want it to have. That's the ride height to where I want it to be, and then the old ride height for the front too. I raised the front. I think I raised the suspension 2 inches, and it actually gave me only maybe an extra inch. So I don't know if maybe, I don't know why that would be, but yeah, it didn't equal the same exact, raising the coilover up. From my experience, you know, okay, and I got a good feeling as to why that probably is because when you raise it, there's no weight on it. So, but I increased the actual length of the coilover 2 inches and maybe got an extra inch of clearance. So anyway, it doesn't. It's not bad. Um, it should be functional. It should be high enough at least now to where I can get it on the dyno when it's that time, which I keep saying needs to be coming, but it just hasn't happened. I just haven't had time to get it out there. We just got a new car yesterday. You can see I still have that, so as you can tell, the Jeep went away. I'll kind of keep that I'm going to kind of play that kind of close to the chest until, we kind of tell the people that we kind of want to surprise with it first, and then I'll put it out. I mean, really, in all honesty, by the time this video gets out, everybody that we need to, everybody that we want to kind of show it to first. And it's no big deal. It's just something that we're really excited about and we're really kind of been wanting for a long time. Um, so, all right, guys. Yeah, I'll uh, I'll kick it back on when I get it back up.
Okay. So you can kind of see where we had notched. This thing will stay focused. Where we had notched that inner piece of metal and then overlapped it over the outside of the actual, you know, this would be all of this is all the original, you know, outside of the vehicle. And then, you know, you just cut it, something like that, or I don't even remember how we exactly cut it. There's a little bit of rubber slung up in here. But for now, I think the plan will be to cut it, you know, cut something like, you know, maybe another 1.5 to 2 inches all the way around. Just cut, and then use this, you know, use this inner fender area, this metal, to just bend it over the same way. I just need to give myself some more clearance. But for today, I'm just going to raise my BC coilover a little bit more and then get after it. So that's the plan. I think most of you know how to raise and adjust coilovers. If not, there's plenty of videos out there. I'm not going to video me doing that because I'm not going to do it one-handed. So, but basically, you know, you'll loosen your bottom collar up. You'll loosen this collar up, and then you'll just twist this. You just loosen it, and it'll push. It'll push the actual, you know, this corner down, and extend the entire strut assembly down, make it longer, which equals more clearance and equals me not fucking bottoming out and shit. So cool, guys. All right, so not that bad. It doesn't look terrible. Obviously it's raised up. I say it doesn't look terrible, but I'll be lying to you. I hate the way that it looks. But it's what I got to do to drive it. I don't think that it will change a whole lot about how the car drives, other than the fact that it won't bottom out. So that's nice. Then I've done some research as far as this car goes. A lot of people run 17s on the front. Maybe I should have done that. I don't think you'd notice a big difference as far as size difference, you know, as far as being a staggered wheel setup. But you definitely would, it would definitely give me the adjustability that I'm going to need to put the front end down where I need to have it. When this thing was all the way down as low as I could, I mean, as low as where I'd like it to be, this front splitter, let's see, this, or whatever this is, this little front valence piece, the little black piece there, it was maybe 2.5 inches off the ground. That'd be money. I mean, you hit a prairie dog in this thing, you know, maybe it just cuts it clean in half, because this thing's like a, you know, this thing's like a little, like a razor almost, you know, it's like a blade. It'll just straight just chop something in half. But it's not real thick, and before I put it on the car, I had thought about maybe just reinforcing it with a little bit more fiberglass, just in case, because my concern would be that I would hit something and the pieces would break off and I'd run them over, and then I'd never be able to get that piece back together again. So probably gonna end up hitting something with that. And it's, you know, it's not even if I hit something, it's, you know, at the point in which I do hit something, I'll need to address it at that point. I'm gonna go ahead and put the plates on. I'm kind of charging up the battery because I had my HP tuners hooked to it for like a week, and it was just pulling. Apparently I left it on. You know, working on your car when, you know, when your garage fridge looks like this, you know, towards the end of the evening, you know, maybe you need to hang it up a little earlier than what you give yourself credit for. But so yeah, I'm stoked. I'm gonna drive it up and get a haircut, or at least try to get a haircut, and fill it up with gas. Hopefully filling it up with gas. Honestly, when I was driving it before, it had whatever gas was in here when I bought the vehicle. And I mean, I had it for a year and a half, and it was the same gas. It was, it could have been 2-year-old gas, could have been older. But I put my lawnmower gas, which is the premium stuff. I put the premium gas in it, and it seemed like it did help. It seemed like it responded to that. So hopefully filling it up with some good stuff. Maybe putting some, I'm not going to run any fuel system stuff. I'm not going to run any octane boost. Probably just put good gas in it and call it a day. And I think it'll like that. It's starting to cool down, so it's nice to be out here working in the garage. Sound like an old person. Last weekend was my birthday. I turned 34, so getting old, getting tired, have to take naps, eat my fiber, drink my Metamucil, and watch my shows. That's life when you get this old. So it's obviously never bad to get out here. It's mostly just ambition and time, really. Gotta balance work, hobby, family. Obviously not in that order, but you gotta kind of try and figure out how to have a hobby, how to spend time with your family, and then how to make sure to provide for your family and also pay for your hobby. So do your due diligence and be a professional at your profession, and have fun doing your hobby. Don't take it too seriously. So, and have some patience, because getting something like that together, it's just getting something like any of this together, this house, cars, everything, just time. Just takes a little bit of time. So, all right. Yeah. Well, sorry. Got deep on you there for a second. Didn't mean to do that. So, my bad. Yeah, should be fun. I would like to get the GoPro charged and get it in here. I'm not gonna do it until I get the car tuned. This thing still isn't tuned. I keep saying, geez, it's not tuned. It's not tuned. What am I doing, right? Like, get it tuned. Well, the tuner, I was actually supposed to take the car out there and have it basically street tuned or whatever, because street tuning on the dyno is just a waste of money, waste of dyno time, waste of hours. So I'll get it street tuned, and he's going to use my HP tuner, so everything will be on there, and maybe I can grab a quick tutorial on what it is that he's doing. That way I can try and train myself, I guess. And yeah, but once it's there, I can kind of drive around, go wide open throttle, and have less reservations as to, am I hurting anything? Am I gonna tear something up? Whatever. I don't think I am. It's not running that terribly. It's just not running the way that I know it's supposed to. I've driven plenty of LS cars before, and they don't run like this. So there's a lot of power that is being taken out of the car because it's running like shit. So yeah, I just checked the fluids, topped it off with oil. No shit. Quick story. I'm gonna wrap it up. Quick story. Went to this. I won't even say where it was. I went to an auto parts store recently, and there was maybe like a 19-year-old, 18-year-old girl in there working. I say, and I was looking for a starter for this car, and I was just gonna put a Corvette starter on there. I need a starter for a 2008 Chevy Corvette. And she's like, okay, who makes Corvette? Stops right in the middle of like punching numbers, 08, okay. Who makes the Corvette? Whew, right? Like, what are you doing with your life at an auto parts store? Who the fuck hired you? I said, you don't know who makes the Corvette? I said, you, like, you know, like, the one that spits fire-breathing bald eagles out the exhaust like it's America's car? You don't know who makes that car? I guarantee you she knows who makes the Civic. Promise you. But a Corvette? She didn't know? She should have been fired on the spot. All right, so back to this. I'm going to get some of these fingerprints off the side because I'm going to go floss it through town. And go out and just show people it. It hasn't been really even out of the neighborhood. So taking it into town could be interesting. I'm liable to come out and there's people want to talk about it. I guarantee it. Because when I pull it out in the driveway, when people are driving down the road, they stop and they want to talk about it. Like, what is that thing? So it should be exciting. If anything cool happens, I'll try and pull a video out, pull the camera out, and see if they'll let me ask them some questions about it. Maybe get a reaction out of them. All right, so pulled into the gas station. This guy immediately walks over, starts taking pictures, appreciates the car. Is that your dad?
That's actually my dad's buddy right
Okay,
there.
his dad's buddy just walks up. He appreciates the car. What's your name?
My name's Rob, man.
Rob?
Nice
Andrew.
to meet you.
What do you think of it?
I think it's awesome, man. I think it's really sick. It's definitely one of a kind. When it pulled up, I knew for sure that it was a 240. Didn't expect to see the front end the way it is, but I think it's very nicely done.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
For sure.
Okay, so seriously, like, first impressions, it's really not that bad. It's pretty tame. Let me get it up into fourth gear. It's really hard to film it. Yeah, so it's really tame, kind of bumpy, but it's not that bad. The cooling is nice. And I'm almost home, and I'll just let you listen to see if you can hear it. I think there's something in the rear diff, or I don't know what it is, but I'll check it out and let y'all know. What's up, guys? Just got back to the house. Good first drive, really. I drove it up, filled it up with good gas, like I said I was gonna do. Filled it up with good gas, like I said I was gonna do, and everything went good. Got on a couple times. Seems like it runs better at higher RPMs when you're really kind of stabbing the gas to it. It needs tuned. I can't say it enough. It needs freaking tuned. Coming down the road to pull into the subdivision, and there's like a not like a knocking sound, but definitely like a ticking sound, and it steadily got louder as we got closer to the house. I think that it's the differential. It doesn't go away when you press the clutch in. It doesn't go away when you accelerate, decelerate. It's steady. It's steady with rear wheel rotation. So I'm gonna get it jacked up. I'm gonna take the wheels off. Just check everything. I just raised it. I didn't really mess with any of the driveline stuff. I also need to wire the coil packs back in. The guys at After Hours Drift Shop, they had it wired up correctly. I just unhooked it because it wasn't performing the same way as I thought that it had. So I tried to hook it up the way that I had hooked it up before I sent it there, and just failed. Like it just wasn't supposed to be like that. I just need to go back to the way. It was having a real hard time starting with the way that they had it hooked up. I don't know if it's a strength of signal issue as far as voltage. Some of these relays and all this other wiring stuff is very complicated, and it might not be very complicated, just like math isn't very complicated, just like spelling isn't very complicated, but for some people they have an issue with those things. My issue is math and also wiring. So obviously the car will look a lot better with the hood, but it is, I kind of do like driving up there and people immediately see, oh damn, LS, that's what's up. So yeah, appreciate it. Stay tuned. Like I said, I'm gonna get some GoPro footage. Hopefully I can get it on the dyno. That'll be some more something that I'm gonna try and capture, obviously, just because going to the dyno is always fun, even if it's not your car. It's just a cool thing to go watch cars possibly blow up, or make good power, and it's the first time that the owner gets to see actually kind of what the car makes, and rather than just throwing bullshit numbers out there. It's always funny to see somebody who has been saying that their car's 500 horsepower and they get on a dyno and it's 380. I'm not one of those guys. I think that the engine will do 430. I think that's what it's going to do. That's what the dyno number is going to be. If it's higher than that, if it's lower than that, let me put it to you this way. If it's lower than 430 and it runs a little bit better, which it will after the tune, runs a little bit better than what it has now. If it only has 400 horsepower right now, dyno horsepower, if it only has 400 wheel horsepower right now, it's enough for a little while until that feels slow, because it feels pretty good. It's hard to tell really when you're driving. I don't know, it's kind of hard. You can still feel that it has some torque, but it's not the same unless you're riding in the car. So, I really only have one buddy that I trust to drive the car. Unfortunately, he lives in Indiana. I think my dad's got some wheel skills, so I'd let my dad drive me in it too. I don't know that he would give me the full feel of what it is, but I get enough to be like, all right, if it feels like that when my dad drives it, it probably feels pretty nice when I'm driving it too. So, all right, guys, yeah, this is the end of the video now, for real. Like, subscribe, come back for more. Appreciate it.